Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. A county fire chief could be in place in Hopkins County by July 1st, 2016, according to County Judge Robert Newsom. Wednesday morning, Newsom was concluding the application that will be posted on the county website before this weekend. Deadline for applications will be May 26th. The new county fire chief will replace the previous fire chief who resigned for a job in Louisiana. Those applying for the top firefighter job in the county will be required to live in the Hopkins County area, according to Newsom. He stated that he and commissioners seek one who will plant his life in the area served. A number of qualifications will be posted, but Newsom pointed out that moral leadership, experience, and education will be top priorities for the new chief. Judge Newsom said he and county commissioners will review applications, interview the top 6 candidates, and hire the new fire chief. Newsom's office will review applications to ensure that those forwarded to commissioners meet criteria for the job. In April, the Accreditation Council for Graduate Medical Education awarded accreditation to a new family medicine residency program that will be located here in Sulphur Springs. Residency training is required after medical school to prepare young physicians to enter the specialty of their choice. During residency, young physicians gain clinical experience under supervision. Residents are gradually afforded more independence and authority as they progress through this training, but at all times are supervised by qualified faculty physicians. At the conclusion of the residency training here in Hopkins County, these physicians are eligible to take the specialty board examination given by the American Board of Family Medicine. The academic sponsor for the local program is the University of Texas Health Science Center at Tyler, recently rebranded UT Health Northeast. At UT Health, they operate a residency program in family medicine, internal medicine, occupational medicine, and psychiatry. The residency is a 3-year program that is accredited for 2 residents per class, or 6 total. Medical students from all over the United States will have the opportunity to apply for a position in the local program in the fall of 2016. The application process is conducted through a web-based system that ultimately matches applicants with residency programs after both have submitted their list of preferences. The resident physicians will begin their training in Tyler at University of Texas Health Northeast and complete their first-year rotations alongside UT program residents. Among other rotations, clinical training in Tyler will include family medicine, critical care medicine, general and trauma surgery, dermatology, obstetrics, and pediatrics. In July of each year, the residents completing the first year of the program will move to Sulphur Springs, where they'll serve 2 years serve years 2 and 3 of the residency with Memorial Hospital and Clinic. Some of the rotations in Sulphur Springs will include cardiology, critical care, emergency medicine, pediatrics, inpatient medicine, neurology, pulmonology, psychiatry, and orthopedics. For more on this story, see KSSTradio.com. The Paris Junior College Board of Regents voted to discontinue golf and volleyball athletic programs Monday evening due to financial constraints. Revenues to support athletic programs have declined significantly over the past 3 years, and the revenue stream no longer will support 8 sports. Eliminating the program will save the college $350,000 annually, according to PJC President Dr. Pam Anglin. Other changes are also in store for Paris Junior College and their relationship here in Hopkins County. We'll have more on that later. Today at the Regional Civic Center, the Educational Foundation for Sulphur Springs Independent School District presented their Education Expo. John Prickett is president of the Sulphur Springs ISD School Board.
I want to welcome you on behalf of the SSISD Board of Trustees. Just a few quick comments. SSISD, we're very pleased to present to the community today a glimpse of the many exciting things the district is doing, really all grade levels. The importance of education really has never been as important as it is today. And the SSISD's aim is to provide a well-rounded opportunity to develop lifelong learners. And we really do this through several different facets, certainly fine arts, academics, athletics, career technology, and other extracurriculars. And that provides opportunity for any student to engage in the education process in this community. And we believe today's expo is a great way to demonstrate how these segments of education take shape and really come to life. So like Mike said afterwards, if you haven't had a chance to go around and see what these kids are excited about, please take time to do that. Our world is busy, fast-paced, lots of things going on in this community. And a community success and the development and the ongoing, I guess, opportunities are really part of what we look at in our community, are really the pillars of a community. And those pillars, in my opinion, are business and industry, healthcare, government, church and religion, agriculture, and education. And today we celebrate and highlight the importance of education. And many in this room are graduates of SSISD. How many in this room graduated from SSISD? It's amazing when you go to events in our community, whether it be a Rotary Club or a service club or a church or whatever, you realize how many people are still here that graduated from SSISD. And many in this room employ graduates of SSISD. So as a community, we must continue to embrace the importance of education, the importance of our kids, and recognize that we're all stakeholders in their success. So we should all be seeking out ways to engage the ongoing needs of the district and how we can be a part of that. So thank you for taking time to come to the expo to learn more about what the SSISD School Foundation is doing, what the SSISD Learning Environment is doing, and how these great kids are doing things that are making a difference, not just in our community, but in beyond. And we're very excited about it. At this time, I believe the culinary people are going to start bringing out meals, and they'll give an opportunity to enjoy that. But before that happens, I'm going to turn it over to Mike, since he's walking up here and he's bigger than I am.
Thank you, John. We're going to change the order just a little bit, because we planned this expecting to have to get up and get you in line. And fortunately, our culinary arts department is going to bring the food to you, so that's not going to be an issue. So just a few special recognitions as we go through. And for those of you that don't realize, this is our high school culinary arts department feeding us today. They're fresh off of a couple of championships. Don't mean to put you on the spot, young lady, culinary. Tell me what y'all this competition you just won. Do you? Yes, no, didn't you just go to competition?
We did, but we didn't win.
But you wanted to get there.
Yes.
Right. And 2 teams did that? Mm-hmm. Congratulations. Where did you compete at?
In Waco.
In Waco. So we've had a great year with our culinary arts. They do a great job. So give them a hand, please.
Christy McCullough, director of the Blue Blaze Drill Team, introduces their spring program. There will be no show.
Get your tickets now, I guess.
Get your tickets now. They are on sale. They've been on sale. We're doing a little bit different option of tickets this year. We have what we're calling our VIP tickets, which entitles you to chairs on the floor if you want to back, and early admission, and your own parking lot to come in. And then, of course, and those are $10. And then, of course, $7 our regular price for the bleacher seats, if you will. And then all tickets are $10 at the door.
Being here in the gym this year.
Be in the gym, yes, due to the fact of course, the auditorium being under construction still. And so we have moved it into the gym, and it's been an interesting experience, but a fun experience. And but hence the whole theme of our show, the show must go on, and that's kind of what we're talking about this year.
And kind of what we've seen in the past, or there'll be a few more surprises? Or?
Well, the same but different. We want the same quality show that Sulphur Springs has come to support and expect. We've been working really hard on all the routines. We've been working really hard with the choreography and the costuming. We will have all the wonderful lighting that we've grown accustomed to, but it will be different because we are in a different venue. And so that's been an interesting experience as well, because we wanted to keep that professional, exciting concert atmosphere, but at the same point, it's brought some challenges and challenged us creatively to do some new things and different things. And I think that our crowd that comes is going to be pleasantly surprised, because a lot of it's been, you're going to have it in the gym? How are you going to do that? And those that have gotten a sneak peek of what we're doing are kind of like, oh, okay. So I think everybody's going to be pleasantly surprised, or at least we hope they are, in what we're wanting to do this year.
Tend to tell a story and through I guess skits and obviously a lot of dancing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The name of this year's show is There Will Be No Show. And it's based on real life. I went and visited with Mr. Lamb back in the fall, and asked if this would be okay to do, that we wanted to tell the story, not complaining in any way, because we know that construction is construction, and you deal with that and go on. But just, life deals you some lemons, you make lemonade out of it. The easy thing would have been, there will be no show. And that's not what we wanted. That's not what we were used to. The girls didn't want to let the tradition of show down. We didn't want to let our fans and supporters down. And so, it's kind of life goes on. And so that's kind of what this is all about. And it's all based on, okay, we can't have it here, so what are we going to do to solve the problem and carry on and move forward as we always do. So it's based on real life, and the script comes from real life, and the conversations come from real life, and the whole process is kind of telling what we've done this year. And I think it's been a great learning lesson for the girls too, just one of those life lessons that maybe you don't expect along the way, that as I said, there's going to be bumps in the road, and you just keep going, and you can make happen what you want to make happen. And so that was kind of our main goal this year, is we will have a show. It may not be exactly the same as what we're used to, but it's going to be a show. And so that's why I think people are going to be really pleasantly surprised at what we've been able to do this year.
What are the show dates and times?
This Friday and Saturday, April 29th and 30th at 7:30 p.m. The outside doors will open at 6:30 into the foyer side of the gym. The gym doors to actually come into the performance area will open at 7, and then show starts at 7:30.
All right. It's always wonderful, your former Blazes coming back, and some of them put it on their calendar. Yes, they definitely. They're some of the first ones that want to know when tickets are going on sale, and what were we doing this year, and are you going to be able to have a show this year? So that's always nice. One thing that, in building a stage and building a set and building basically an auditorium in the gym, we've kind of chuckled with, because we know that we do have such a amazing support from our alumni, is Sister Circle at the end. It's going to be a really tight fit if you'll look behind me and see that stage. But we definitely want the alumni to come and be a part and do Sister Circle with us. It just may be an oval or a square or a blob by the time we're through, but we're going to carry on that tradition nice and proud. So we're hoping that we'll have a lot of supporters from our past, present, and future, with the buddies being in future Blazes coming to watch. It'll be one of a kind.
Yes, it will definitely be one of a kind. Yes, sir.
Here's Don Julian with sports.
Wildcats cross-country and track distance runner Jacob Gatewood signed a letter of intent to attend Lincoln Memorial University in Harrogate, Tennessee, Wednesday morning. Sulphur Springs News-Telegram sports writer Don Wallace and I talked with Gatewood.
I'm signing with Lincoln Memorial University to run cross-country and track. I will be running their 8K in cross-country, which is 5 miles, and I will be running their indoor 5K and an indoor 3K, an outdoor 5K and outdoor 3K.
Quite a bit more distance than you've been running then.
In track, yes. In cross-country, it's longer, but it won't be, I don't think that'll be much of a big difference.
What attracted you to Lincoln Memorial? How were you drawn to them?
I actually had a friend that I raced against last year from Mount Pleasant go there, and he contacted me and asked about it, and I was talking to him about it and went up there for a visit, and I fell in love with it, just with the mountains and all that, because just running up there, it's harder because of the altitude, but it's also a lot more scenery than what we have here.
Tell us where it is. It's in Tennessee, right?
It's in the northeast corner of Tennessee. If I drove 5 miles north of Harrogate, which is the city it's in, I would be in Kentucky.
Yeah. And you just you like the scenery and everything is just real beautiful, right?
Yes.
Okay. What do you plan to study? What's going to be your field of study?
I'm going to have a major in kinesiology. I plan on becoming a coach, and I'm going to have a minor in mathematics, so that way I can teach as well.
You remember what it was like when you started here?
Yes.
Coach Holt, cross country?
Yes. It took me a little while to actually get into running. Holt actually had to convince me freshman year. And then once I got started, I couldn't stop. It just became a part of me.
Running a very important part of your daily activity then?
Yes.
What do you think about when you're running?
Pace, normally. Just keeping a constant pace, because it helps me to understand how fast I'm going.
Well, are you looking forward to a regional competition coming up this weekend?
Yes. I'm very interested to go up against
Actually, go ahead.
Go up against some of those faster guys.
I mean, it was quite a thrill, I'm sure, at the area to win both of those races. Did you expected to do that going in, or
going in? I had hoped to win, but as we were racing, I stopped thinking about it and just started running. That's what Holt always says: don't think about it, just go out and run. And we hit the last 2 laps, and I had something left. So
you seem to be still aiming for a peak. You continue to do PRs and that stuff, right?
Yes, in the mile. I've PR'd a lot in the mile this year, actually.
You're down to what, maybe 435?
434.
434, okay. And you're hoping to improve on that, I'm sure.
Yes, I want to attempt to break 430 at the regional meet, and I think I have a chance at the school record in the 2 mile this year.
Okay. How close are you to that?
At the moment, I've got a little ways to go, but I'm hoping the competition at regionals will drive that down. Okay. I have a 9:48 right now in the 2 mile, and the record's a 9:25. So I've got a ways to go, but I'm hoping the competition will drive that down.
Yeah, that could happen. Is 3,200 your best run, you think, or 1,600?
Yes, the 3,200 is my best run in track.
You're real comfortable with that one then, huh?
Yes. It's a longer race, but I have fun with it.
How far is Tennessee from your home here?
It is a 12.5-hour drive. Last I looked, it's about 880 miles.
Wildcats cross-country coach Andy Holt said Gatewood is among the best runners that he's ever coached, and I talked with Coach Holt.
Jacob's come a long ways. Just like we just kind of joked about it, showed a picture of when he was a freshman. He was just one of the smallest kids as a freshman in his class, to be honest with you. And now he's 6'1". He's one of the taller kids in his class, and I think it's just because of his work ethic and his desire to get better and to improve. I think those things has allowed him to develop and change and progress.
Yeah, I guess because of size and everything, but he began to surprise you in freshman year by the way he was performing.
Well, like he said, we kind of had to convince him to come out. I still remember the first practice that he came to. He was out towards the band area. Then we ended up, Tanner Ramirez was like, Coach, there's Jacob. That's the guy we need to talk to. And, again, credit Tanner Ramirez for doing that as well. We always talk about these kids. They need to help recruit other kids. And Tanner did a great job of that. And I ended up, we ended up yelling at him, telling him to come on as we were running. And he was in blue jeans and all. He just took off, started running with the boys, and ran about 15 minutes that day. And, you could just see he had a nice little bounce in his step. That's one of the things that I look for as a distance runner, probably all runners, for anything, sprinters or anything. What kind of bounce do they have? And Jacob had a good bounce as a freshman, and obviously still does. And we got him out, and he's been with us ever since.
You've had some great runners. He's up there near the top, I'm sure.
No question, he is. He's one of the best ones we've had as that I've got to. That I've been able to coach. He's the 2 mile time is the second best 2 mile time. Just under Andrew Marks. I guess Andrew Marks maybe had 9:49, so it's right there with him. And then his 5K time is the second best time that I've been able to coach. I think he ran a 16:07 at the regional meet, which advanced him to state. So he's definitely one of the tops that I've been able to coach. And he's worked hard and put himself in a great spot and great position. And he's earned this right to move on to the next level.
The Wildcats baseball team dropped a game to Longview 6-3 Tuesday night at Eagle Stadium. The loss eliminated the Wildcats from the playoff race. The Wildcats are scheduled to wrap up the season Friday night in Marshall. I talked with Wildcats baseball coach Jared Hammock.
Another home loss. I think we've lost as many home games this year as we have maybe in the last 5 combined. And, especially on senior night, we always try to send those guys out on a better note. But, we just didn't really play very good baseball. I think we made 5 errors or so. And, I think we scattered quite a few hits, but it didn't really even seem that way. We should have been able to score a bunch on that pitcher. He didn't have much of a breaking ball, wasn't throwing very hard. It was just almost like you were taking, batting practice. And so, we just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, 9 hits over 7 innings, but you had one in every inning, so you scatter them. Most innings was 1 hit, and it's hard to generate much with just a single hit.
Right, and I think I may be wrong. I know we had at least 1 double play, hit into 1 double play, maybe 2. It just seemed like there was always something. We had a base running error with 2 outs, that might have given us a run to put us up 3-1, and. They made more plays, and it's kind of indicative of, I guess, the way we've played much of the year, kind of inconsistent, showing signs of some good things, but then just not able to play a complete ball game.
I guess one of the highlights for me, and I know it'll be for him, would be Logan Merrill's double. He almost hit the ball out of the park for you.
Yeah. He struggled his first at bat, and I think he struggled at that at bat maybe with 2 swings, and then he certainly connected well with the ball. I knew it was over the left fielder's head. I wasn't thinking home run. I think a lot of the guys were thinking home run, but yeah, it one-hopped it. I was pleased for him. He did a nice job out in the outfield, and it was good to get some of those guys in on senior night.
Now you've got Marshall to close. We'll travel there, and probably be an issue just try to get this one in with a weather forecast. Yeah,
I think it's a 100% chance of rain on Friday, maybe 90% on Saturday. And the way things went last night, I think it's kind of up in the air. Halls will beat Pine Tree, but then Mount Pleasant ended up beating Marshall. So I think they're tied for second. I don't know what they will want to do if it rains out the weekend, because then you dip into next week, and those guys that are going in the playoffs may not want to pitch anybody and lose anybody, on a Monday or a Tuesday. So it'll be interesting to see if we're able to get it in on Friday night, and if not, how we're going to have to proceed from there.
Yeah, you certify your district, I guess, probably next Tuesday for playoffs.
I think it's Tuesday by midnight possibly, and again, so you could get a game in on Monday or even Tuesday for that matter, but again, then you're worried about your pitching staff that if you are interested in the 2nd seed instead of the 3rd seed, so you throw somebody really good on that Monday or Tuesday, and then he can't come back, maybe even for the series. So there's a lot of thought that'll have to go into that with the teams that are making the playoffs and how they want to proceed, if they want to flip coins, if they want to play it out. I don't know. But, we'll just see what happens with the weather and go from there.
I know you'd like to see the team close in a good fashion, kind of something to build on in off season and that sort of thing to feel just better about the future of the program, going forward.
Yeah, it's this last game was pretty disheartening. I normally get over those things okay, but I was a little bit down in the dumps over the night just because it just didn't play well, yeah. And we're better than that, and I felt like we're better than Longview, even though they have now swept us. Never beaten us before, but then they've beaten us twice this year, and so it was a little bit down. But we'd like to finish on a good note. Marshall's a tough place to play, it seems like, over the years, so that would make it maybe especially sweet. And we feel like we're going to be fine. We just have to make some adjustments going forward. Some small minor things, and then we'll be back where we need to be.
Wildcats golfer Brody Blackman finished 7th at the state Class 5A golf tournament. Blackman fired another 74 on day 2 Tuesday to finish with a total of 148. He was 13 strokes behind the leader. Blackman was tied for 8th place after his first day 74 on Monday. Blackman has signed a letter of intent to play college golf at Ole Miss. On his resume this year are regional champion and district champion. Blackman won both of those tournaments at the Rockwall Golf and Athletic Club. And in Hopkins County sports news, the Cumbie Trojans won a thrilling baseball game at Sulphur Bluff last Friday. The Bears actually led 5-4 after 5 innings and 8-7 after 6 innings. The Trojans then scored 4 big runs in the top of the 7th to take an 11-8 lead. Sulphur Bluff got 1 run in the bottom of the 7th, but came up short 11-9. The Bears actually out-hit the Trojans 12-11. Cumbie's Elmer Rodriguez pitched the last 2 1/3 innings, and he got the pitching win. The Sulphur Bluff Bears and Lady Bears competed at an area track meet in Mount Pleasant recently, and 5 Bears and 1 Lady Bear qualified for regional. Lady Bear Michaela Covington qualified for triple jump with a 3rd place finish, and in pole vault with a 1st place win. For the Bears, Thomas Cobberly qualified in 3 events, finishing 2nd in the 400-meter dash, 2nd in the long jump, and 4th in the triple jump. Kai Rochelle qualified in the 110-meter hurdles and the 300-meter hurdles, finishing 4th in each event. Joe Forshee qualified in shot put with a 2nd place effort. Ricky Davis qualified in pole vault, finishing 2nd, and Ethan Brown qualified in pole vault, finishing 3rd. And finally, in softball, Sulphur Bluff defeated Como Picton 20-9 at Como on Monday.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.
Thank you.